Hey kids. Obviously not on Streamcraft. I was planning to build a bunch of the fancy looking houses, and I got stuck messing around in the snapshot. This is hang on. 16W20A. And my screenshot button is my Bandicam pause button again. Who cares? So I was playing around with these, mostly because I wanted to check out what the bone blocks do. It hit me that there's I'm liking the red blocks. I like the way they look compared to our other current sources of red, which are redstone, red clay, red wool. Is there another red anything? Acacia's orange. Yeah. Red wool and red clay are kind of washed out. Red clay's got the very flat texture to it. Bone. Oh, bone? Yeah, hang on. Bone has friggin' this. This took me a moment to figure out. Bone places like logs. Makes sense? It's bones. So whichever way you put it, that's the direction you get it. Someone on Reddit's made a whole bunch of, custom mushrooms. Because, I don't know, they felt like it. Do I still have? Yeah, there we are. One thing that is really cool about that is you can make custom mushrooms, because normally you can't make the stems. And I had to use a Silk Touch pick to get these. Is that the same color? I don't know. Hang on. I got some mycelium right here. So like this. It looks. No, I'm sure the mushroom is. The mushroom is. Where's the dang mushroom? Decoration blocks. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh no. Because you can't get. Dang it. Don't ask me why. You can't get the friggin' mushroom blocks in creative. Never quite understood that. Nope, I want that. Go flip. Yeah, it's not quite the same. If I try to get that, it just gives me mushroom block again. Okay, get off my. Go away. Yeah, you just get the block again. So you can make your own custom mushrooms, which is really cool. The other neat part is that we have a very, hang on, let's go to F1. We got a really awesome red to go with all the whites. That really cool checkerboard pattern. I think, still kind of torn on which one I like the most. Snow doesn't quite work. It's got a little bit of that, a little bit of blue in it. As far as diorite, regular diorite's got too much texture. I think polished diorite looks good with this stuff. And then around, yeah, there's how far I got just playing with stuff. Right? Iron and brick, iron and that. This doesn't, the wart block doesn't go well with some of the things that have a kind of a more regular texture. It kind of doesn't. The bone block, I think the bone block looks best with redstone. Or with, do I have, way down here, you can get a quick pass by a bunch of these. Maybe I don't have one like that. No, I don't. I honestly, really? Really and for true. I don't have that. So I want my brick, and then one of them. I don't do a lot of work in creative, so it took me a little while to remember that you can do the pick block thing. And I don't even do it in Peg. There. It's not terrible. The brick is, I like it. It's a nice glossy block. We go over here, past all of this stuff again. I played around with it. I think if I were to use it, I think that's a nice color scheme. Better than regular nether brick. So over here there. Because regular nether brick has this purplish texture to it. And back here, I'll just put this like that. That dull purple. I think the glossy looks better. And then it looks even better depending which block you put it with. You go, I think that looks pretty, I think this looks pretty nice. As much as I'm normally not a fan of obsidian because it's really hard to work with. Unless it's with a, unless it's with a, it needs to be with a light block that has some texture to it. And not just a flat clay. I think that doesn't look too bad. Black and white. I saw, what was it on? I think it was on Etho. You went with brown clay. Brown or gray? Brown. Nope. This. Where the hell did I get a stair from? And then that kind of works because it's got that little bit of brown in it already. Let's compare that to gray clay of some kind. Cyan. Color of clay that everyone likes to use anyway. Stop that. So, up like that. Nope, that's... Nope, definitely better brown. And like I said, I'm really not much of a fan of a lot of the browns. Or at least the solid browns. Wood browns I'm fine with. Wool textures I think are okay in some spots. Not with this. Definitely not with this. No, I think the center is still a bit too dark for that. What's our third option? There's just one more brown in here, isn't there? Got brown already, don't I? Yeah. Brown, cyan, and black. That is black stained clay. Which one did I miss? I missed one here, didn't I? Anyway, yeah, waste of time. Go away. It looks good with a black. Again, this doesn't look too bad. Not so much with the wool. The wools all have that kind of washed out texture to it. Silly color choices. More silly color choices. End cheese looks bad no matter what you put it with. Same thing with the end cheese bricks. Let's make it daytime again. Diamond, not so much. However, this, I want glossy brick stairs and slabs because I think this actually looks like, I don't even really like yellow that much, to tell you the truth. I don't like yellow too much, but it goes great with yellow because it's a bright glossy block. That not so much. Same. Glowstone is kind of an ugly brick at the best of times. This, the colors go better with the hay bales, but the wart block still looks like bloody sponge. More oranges, blues. It's a nice range for pinks and purples. Definitely. Leaves don't look too bad. Lupus. I don't know. Lupus is a hard one to make work at the best of times. Bone block. I think that doesn't look too bad. For checkerboard patterns, right? Over here, some of the more flat colors. Nothing ever is going to look good with purple, ever. And I defy you to prove it. Okay, I don't. I just don't like purple. The bricks look good with pretty much every gray. I gotta say. just about every gray, and it doesn't go bad with granite, which is weird because nothing goes with granite. Nothing. See? This sheep doesn't even like granite. It's walking away from the granite. You have good taste in colors. You get into some other weird greens. This doesn't... I'm sure someone could make that work. I'm not going to put forth the effort to do it, though. Sea lanterns have that little bit of green that... I thought it might look good with the bones. But the... I'm afraid to hit a button here because I know I'm going to break something. Yeah, there we go. I'm not used to F1. On our prismarine blocks, these guys will change color as they go. I'm really not a big fan of just of these to start with. I'm a big fan of the tile, though. I think the tile works nicely. Mushroom blocks. This, I would need to have slabs and stairs. Definitely need slabs and stairs to play with that. I like mushroom blocks, actually. I think they look kind of nice. They look good as like a carpet or as a wall with some kind of accent in front of them to distract you from the fact that you're staring at red with white polka dots. What was... Tried to play around a bit here. It works okay with quartz. Quartz has this beveled feel, beveled texture to it. I definitely think the bricks work better with something that doesn't have quite that same. I think that's the bone blocks. I think that looks... The bone blocks blend in nicely as a background. It's not... I don't want to say it's pretty. It's not. It's got a wet wallpaper texture. It's bone. It's not supposed to be pretty. I do like it, and the other thing I really like about it is that it's a transparent block. Go. Time set. Nope. Wrong one. Nighttime. There we go. Got a block of glowstone in here. Right there. And the light shines through it. Not only does nothing spawn on it because it's a transparent block, so it's going to be good for floors. I think it's going to be great for floors. Nothing spawns on it because it's a transparent block, and light passes through it, so you can bury lights in the walls. Let's get in here for a minute. Give me that. The smooth lighting engine gets a little goofy when you do things. But yeah, you can, we go, I'm fat fingering buttons here. F1. So right now, that glowstone is right here. And we're still, where's my dang light level? I just looked at it. It's staring me right in the face. There at block 12, right? 11, 10, 9. So around here, you would have to worry about something spawning. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we threw up another wall of this. Ta-da. Dun, 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 dun. There's big ugly ass stuff, and then that, and there you are. You're right. Oh, why we got 8 here? That's why. So yeah, you'd have to put a lot of lighting in behind it, or go with a slightly narrower corridor. I think most people tend to run 3, 4, 5. Yeah, right now we're at 7. So we went with a 3 wide corridor. Ta-da. Trying to keep the texture going up and down so it's not too distracting. That's one, and that's just glowstone. I could put a torch there, right? We're at a well-lit corridor with no visible light, and I think that's really cool. I think that is really, really awesome. These guys are kind of goofy. Trying to find something that works well with them. It's just the weirdness of the lighting. This is also another really cool thing, because they keep the lighting of what's around them, so you can break a torch or whatever, and you've still got light everywhere. I have logged out and logged back in. I stuck a piece of glowstone behind this thing, logged out, logged back in, and it kept the light levels. I don't know what would happen on a server when it one like Streamcraft that regularly goes down for just resets to clear, lag, making stuff, too many entities, too many ones. I don't know if this undoes itself or if it just keeps the lighting. If it kept it forever, I can't see it doing that. Because that means that all these blocks need to keep track of a light level. So this has got to be some kind of temporary thing. Like when a server would reset, these would all forget their light level, go back down to 2. It's definitely interesting though. The other neat part about bone blocks, because I like them so much, is look at the top of this. It's like it's cool. I like this block so much, and it's cheap. It's 9 bone meal, and then you can take it apart to get the bone meal back. Bone's one of the easiest things in the game to get, next to blown up by a creeper. But it's one of the easiest things you can get. It's I need to figure out some way to use these a lot more in a bunch of builds. Don't quite know what yet. But let's go back to day. And because we play on Streamcraft, this is important. Go to B-dubs. Come on, Durzo, what's going on? I know you're back a bit. Gotta be able to fix it. And I got all these other ones on here. Yes, this is I think that's the invisible one. I use that for troubleshooting stuff on Asylum. Go here and then back. So now we're in B-dubs pack. You can tell by the diorite bricks. That's the one thing about that. The randomness of the diorite and andesite kind of spoil getting to use that, right? Like just you want something steady, like a regular pattern. If you use something like this, looks good with the iron blocks. Looks great with B-dubs black nether brick. Give me slabs and stairs of those. The only problem I have with B-dubs nether brick is it's so dark. Like unless you have it lit up somehow, it's just so dark. From a distance, it's just a featureless black, right? Like it looks lighter here because it's next to a dark block. It looks darker here because it's next to a light block. Just the way our eyes perceive things. So as long as you're near something dark, you get the detail a lot better. Like literally, there's nothing. The only difference here is the block it's sitting next to. That's why it looks different. What else did he change? He changed way down here. Red sandstone. No texture. Don't know. Yeah, the sandstone's the same on the top. Red sand. I think that's a little too messy. That's not bad. Then we get into his andesite cobble. Great color. I like that color combination. The bricks go well with every gray. They just go well with every gray. I have red to stone brick. If it was a regular texture, great. This is a little drippy. B-dubs mossy cobble is a little snotty looking. I think it looks good underwater, not so good next to that. Just not so good. Here's what the... Yeah, you can tell. You can still see the. You can still pick out the detail in the nether brick. I think if B-dubs was going to do something, not that he's ever going to watch this, but if he ever wants to do something in the nether, B-dubs, I want to see this color combination. This, if you ever get around, and I don't know why you haven't, doing something in the nether, this should be how you, minus the sheep, I think this is what you ought to use. I think that looks really, really good. The smooth sand works well with the smooth sandstone. With the brick, I think that looks good. It's a brick, a more brick texture. The birch wood. See, here's the problem. You read stone as being the structure and wood as being the background. So this is kind of goofy, right? This is kind of... You wouldn't expect to see planks holding up bricks. You just wouldn't. Your mind doesn't read this the way it wants to. That up there. This was... I wanted to see what spawned on what. I'm going to... Nope, let's go straight into hard. I tried the magma bricks. Stuff will spawn on them. They'll take a bunch of damage. They'll die a lot faster. Come on, you do something. You got a hopper clocker, you better be doing something. I'm on hard, right? I'm on hard. Oh, and... Kapow! Yeah. Stuff spawns on the magma blocks, takes a bunch of damage, and then falls. I think it's not bad for softening them up. The problem being that magma blocks destroy water. Die. Ah, that's so satisfying. I don't know how you would build a trap that would work with the nether wart blocks, because the things can be mined with water. There's some light in here. And break. Yeah, that is a weird mechanic. That is a really, really strange mechanic. I don't know how anyone thought of that. Because it counts as a mushroom? Or a piece of netherwort, because netherwort breaks with water too, right? Yeah. This has been my entire evening. Messing around with this stuff. I'm not normally a fan of endstone bricks, just because they got that weird little bit of end color in them compared to... Like you can see the difference color there, right? It's there. It's not really... Oh, stop that. It's not super noticeable, but it's there. It's that little bit of gross ender cheese color. I find it odd that B-dubs would change the regular end cheese to look more like sandstone, but then not change the end cheese bricks into something the same way. Which is unfortunate, because I would use the hell out of these things in my build right now, if you could. But, like I said, yeah, that's been my evening. I don't know if anyone else has done a color palette with a bunch of these. There's a lot of stuff I didn't use. Some of the woods. Slimes apparently burn on magma blocks. How's it going? You're really, really dumb. It's in, it's in peaceful. Or, it's in hard. I don't understand why I'm getting slimes. Anyway, I'll let you go. If anything in this color palette test has helped you, I'm glad I helped you. I really am. Oh yeah, speaking of weird things, let's go back into, need to go back into regular. Hitting escape far too fast. There. Because, so this, if you were a long time ago when I was on Insomnia, this was a color scheme that Steve picked out. I thought it looked like bandages on meat. Well, I'm not a fan of netherrack. This, I think this works. I think this is, because they're both, because the netherrack is a washed out red, and this is a gray. This, not so much. Diary's just got way too much texture in it. But back into B-dubs, and that. If this still, I think this still looks kind of nice. If only. Half of one, 6 of one, half dozen the other. Yeah. I'm going to let you go. If anyone liked this, that's awesome. I'll have a StreamCraft video up later on this weekend, once I figure out exactly what I want to do with it. And I'll see you then.